I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my
and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's Omaha celebration quickly took a turn. Hours after a parade and packed party honoring his win over Canelo Alvarez, police stopped him early in the morning. Authorities said Crawford was speeding in a blue four-door sedan when officers pulled him over at 1:27 a.m. The stop escalated after police spotted a firearm on the floorboard and ordered everyone out at gunpoint.
Seatbelt.
Step out.
I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's traffic stop, offering a sharp and thought-provoking perspective. He suggested that the incident was less about a routine offense and more about sending a message to the champion. Crawford's fame, Bradley noted, may have prompted authorities to remind him that no one is above the rules. He likened it to the unfortunate pattern where joyful moments are abruptly interrupted. His comments struck a chord with fans who saw the irony of Crawford's celebration being overshadowed by police lights and tension.
Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. And before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see them in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad.
Crawford's security chief gave a chilling account of the stop, describing how the officer's tense behavior escalated the situation and caused genuine fear. Being ordered out of the car at gunpoint during what was meant to be a celebratory weekend made them feel their lives were at risk. He recalled how quickly the mood shifted from calm to threatening, calling it one of the most unsettling experiences of his career. To him, the night went far beyond a routine traffic stop, leaving a lasting ordeal for everyone present.
Passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
Be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after-party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the floor.
Reports indicate that officers stopped Terence Crawford's vehicle on suspicion of reckless driving. They said they saw 2 firearms on the floorboard, which escalated the situation and led to passengers being ordered out at gunpoint. Subsequent checks confirmed the firearms were legally registered and certified. With no further offenses, Crawford received only a citation for reckless driving and was released. While officially resolved, many saw the incident as symbolic, suggesting that on the day Crawford was celebrated, authorities aimed to assert control, less about road safety and more about maintaining authority in Omaha.
With a parade, KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cuddihy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha Police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by Crawford's feet.
Andre Ward, a respected boxing figure, added perspective by noting that Crawford has long faced attempts to downplay his achievements. Before the Canelo fight, critics often claimed he won only by decisions rather than dominance, a narrative Ward saw as an effort to undermine Crawford's skill. He suggested that the Omaha traffic stop reflected a broader pattern of the champion having to defend his reputation against forces trying to diminish his greatness. Ward emphasized that such efforts could never erase Crawford's proven record or the respect he commands in the ring.
Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it.
Commentators have suggested that factors beyond the official reports may have shaped the situation. Some believe Omaha's leadership felt uneasy about the influence and recognition Crawford had gained in the city. His rise from local talent to world champion made him both a sports star and a symbol of community pride. Analysts hinted the incident served as a reminder that established institutions still held control. This view frames the episode within a broader theme. Fame often brings challenges, and those in the spotlight may face situations meant to test or limit their influence.
Wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, expressed support for Terence Crawford, stressing that controversies cannot diminish his achievements. Khan praised Crawford's skill and determination, noting he always believed Terence would prove himself among the best in the sport. He stated that the Omaha events do not affect Crawford's status as a reigning champion with a secure legacy. Khan emphasized that attempts to downplay his accomplishments cannot change the reality of his greatness, offering fans a reassuring perspective that true talent endures beyond criticism.
Crawford's going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
As an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt. And they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about, is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit.
The contrast between official reports and eyewitness accounts highlighted a sharp divide in perceptions of the night's events. While the Omaha Police Department called it a routine stop for reckless driving, Crawford's head of security described it as a terrifying situation, citing excessive and threatening officer behavior. These conflicting narratives raised questions about transparency, accuracy, and accountability, leaving the public struggling to reconcile the official summary with the first-hand experiences of those who felt exposed to unnecessary risk.
But now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him, or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car.
City leadership quickly acknowledged public concern and took steps to address it. The mayor of Omaha and the police chief issued statements promising a thorough review, highlighting that an internal affairs investigation would ensure transparency and maintain community trust. While intended to reassure citizens, skepticism persisted among those who felt the official account downplayed the severity of the encounter. The investigation marked an important step, but many believed the true measure would be whether actions matched the promises. Observers saw the incident as reflecting the tensions that can arise when an individual gains prominence in a space typically controlled by institutions.
The mayor put out a statement as well, really no meat to it except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence "Bud" Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. The police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested a supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Okay.
Commentators argue that those already in positions of authority can sometimes feel challenged by the rise of others, especially when that rise draws widespread public admiration. In their view, the Omaha traffic stop may have been less about traffic enforcement and more about a tension between personal achievement and established power structures. This situation reflects a timeless truth. Individuals who gain influence often have to navigate the resistance of those already seated in positions of control. A portion of public commentary raised concerns about prejudice, suggesting that the stop may not have been motivated solely by law enforcement procedure but also influenced by deeper social factors. While many refrained from harsh language, they emphasized that Crawford's experience could reflect a broader pattern of people being treated differently based on identity rather than actions alone. This perspective stirred strong emotions among his supporters, who viewed the incident as both unfair and unnecessary. Regardless of where one stands, what remains clear is that Crawford's experience ignited a wider dialogue, not only about his personal treatment but also about how communities perceive justice, fairness, and equality in everyday encounters with authority.
It's also incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those 2 groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.